I believe I find the best place for Thunderlyn in Call of Dragons, where this beautiful hero that from first look there is no pairing for it, but after I play and make a lot of tests, I promise you guys that I'm going to make this video, and here is the video where I'm going to explain with which hero I pair Thunderlyn. I see other pairing for Thunderlyn, for example, with Magrat or some other heroes, but there is just way too many conditions, like specific artifacts to be effective, to this Thunderlyn to be effective in, etc. Here we're not talking about Thunderlyn. Personally, is my weakest legion. I mean, Lilia Thea is beating it, Bertrand Tohar, Yuming Grumara, Muxiang Velin. All these four legions are just better from my Thunderlyn legion. But Thunderlyn are giving something that you really want to have in your legion. And this is this extra 15% damage taken. This is increasing the artifact damage, the pet damage, the hero damage, the normal attack damage, the counter attack damage, everything you actually do on this target get increased. That's why I cannot actually put like this away Thunderlyn. Okay, she's one of the best mages in Call of Dragons, no joke. But in situation like this, as you can see, currently we're trying to push, we're destroying some flags. This is very bad situation, let's say, for good trades, because you're pushing, the enemy can strike you from different places and etc. But I'm going to share with you a couple reports that I did and what actually changed there. So first of all, with what exactly I paired Thunderlyn. Here I may surprise some people, here I may not surprise, but the only hero that I didn't actually test Thunderlyn in long run, you know, having multiple battles, not like one-on-one on the, you know, hitting somebody who is sitting AFK. This is not how the combats are working in Call of Dragons, but in real-time combat I didn't only test Thunderlyn with Atheus. And this is what exactly is doing. Now, I get couple bad traits here just because, you know, I was preparing to start recording this video, so I get hit here and there from these two infantry legions, but the rest is what I actually fight on the battlefield. And as you can see, we're having some amazing fights. Now, obviously it's not going to be the like report of Yuming. Yuming reports are absolutely wild and crazy, but still is absolutely good and is the best fit. Because if you're like me and you don't want to spend on what was her name, Talea, yeah, Talea. Oh my god, I forgot the ship name. If you don't want to spend in Talea, is a single token, because for me personally, I don't like this hero. I don't know how people compare Talea with Grumara. This is just might blow my mind, but you know, everybody can have opinion. we're living in free world. So yeah, Thunderlyn with Talea is Thunderlyn with Atheus actually bring me pretty decent results. First thing, hero's execution skill, as you can see, is like 295. But we're also having a war pet again from this 15% more damage though, from Atheus 30% chance to get 60 rage. So this legion is rage engine, you know, is non-stop generating rage. Non-stop generating rage. Now, I have an idea that maybe I'm going to test it, but we will see. And this is the hero damage, the war pet. Now, normal attack 192k and counter attack. As you can see, the enemy did like 200, like quarter of million or something like this. I mean, 250k, 250k. What was? Oh my god. 250k counter attack damage. So, but still, the war pet is also doing a very good job. Now I'm going to share with you what I'm currently using with Thunderlyn. Obviously, this is the war pet. It's actually one of my best pets that I'm having. I don't know if you can actually see. Yeah, you should see the full picture. This is one of the best pets I'm currently having in Call of Dragons. I mean, uh, for some people may not looking something wild, but for me, I really like this pet. It's 3-star, the soul source. I'm having this extra damage, like 60%, and having like 30% critical rating and some critical damage. But at the end of the day, this is looking absolutely amazing and do pretty decent damage, especially with the Atheus. You're non-stop shooting with this pet, non-stop. Absolutely beautiful pet. But this is the only beautiful thing that is happening here. Rest of the things is I use Breath of Gigantes is because of this magic unit attack and legion attack. Just because it's boosting the attack of my legions, and with Thunderlyn with Atheus, if you run them with Celestials, you're going to get some good results right there, because Atheus is actually boosting the flying units. If the legion is composed entirely of flying units, all healing they receive is increased by 15%. On top of that, Atheus has 30% chance to receive healing when hit with a normal attack. I really don't want to get hit by a normal attack, but yeah. Still, not big buffs, okay, not big buffs. But this rage engine that Atheus are having is, boy oh boy, bringing and full my pocket with merits. So from this point, I can say that I finally find a good hero for the Thunderlyn. Now I tried with Margaret. I should have some fights here with Margaret. Somewhere here. Okay, we're having majority is going to be. Oh my god. Majority is going to be. Okay, we're having. Yeah, I didn't actually use that much Thunderlyn lately. Just because I was looking to be extremely efficient on the battlefield. But yeah, I tested with Margaret. Here the things was way too bad, to be fair. And I tested with Thea, but I really want to keep Lilia Thea together, because Lilia Thea is actually doing not that bad damage. At the end of the day, it's like, you know, like 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. In some cases, when you have this opportunity to do some AoE damage, it can go up to 9-10-1, which is absolutely wild. And Thea is boosting the damage of Lilia, and Lilia so far in Call of Dragons is the biggest damage dealer, so it's no problem to put a support with the Lilia. At the end of the day, Yuming, I don't think I have to say something about this hero. Is this the best hero right now, the best mage hero? I'm still surprised that the game give us opportunity to have Yuming. But back to Thunderlyn now, what you can actually increase here is maybe, what I can actually boost here is maybe can be the artifacts, because to be fair, this is the most weak artifact I have. I have level 5 Mirage Orb, I have level 5 Phoenix Eye, I have, I think level 4? Is it level 4? Yeah, it's level 4, Infernal Flame, and I have Dragon Fate level 5. But for Thunderlyn, I have this Breath of Gigantes, that's level 1, and Thunder Elegy, that's level 1. So both of these two artifacts are very bad. But I decided to go with this one just because it's full on attack. And yeah, if you want to change the performance of one of your heroes, for example, this hero is not doing enough damage and you want to somehow boost this hero, people are just getting some artifact and putting on this hero and like, this is how your legion is doing 2 times more damage. But at the end of the day, the legion you take this artifact off is going to do less damage. For example, imagine if I take Infernal Flame from Lilia. Yeah, Thunderlyn is going to do more damage, but I'm losing way too much damage. Or, for example, taking out Dragon Fate from Yuming. yeah, it's going to do more damage, but maybe Phoenix Eye is more universal artifact or more generic artifact that can be taken and actually put with Thunderlyn. But yeah, so far from the heroes I test her, and even now using the most weak artifact, because there is a chance, guys, there is a chance. This is like Infernal Flame, damage taken, and damage doing is minus and plus 6%. On top of that, you have Exemplar damage doing damage taken, which make like 11% damage doing damage taken. This is huge amount of difference in form of damage taken. So just by these passive stats, Thunderlyn is absolutely wild hero just by these stats. But yeah, so far Thunderlyn is paired with Atheus. I'm going to share with you Thunderlyn talent tree, by the way, because you know I make videos and I forget to share the the talent tree, and after this people ask me, oh Burgas, can you give me the talent tree in Discord? By the way, you can join my Discord, it's in the link in the description. Also like the video. If you're going to test Thunderlyn with Atheus, hit one like on this video. Subscribe, bell notification, you know what to do. But yeah, this is what I'm using. We're looking for a lot of rage regeneration, as you can see here. On top of that, we're looking for march speed. This is more like synchronization. At the end of the day, here we're having some extra, getting some shields. This is for other stuffs. It's not only for the shield factor that we're receiving, but it's something like a buff, which if I pair Thunderlyn with other heroes, I'm going to benefit from this orb of protection. But yeah, in general, this is how the things are looking: pure damage doing and getting a lot of march speed and rage regeneration. And for Thunderlyn, it's important rage regeneration just to not stop having this 15% damage taken over the target. And being Thunderlyn with Atheus, I want to point out this thing so you know the life cycle of the fights is, when I use Thunderlyn with Atheus, I get more rage regeneration. Here, as you can see, I have like, this is like 10% 50 rage, 10% 50 rage, and 10% 40 rage. Okay, rest of the heroes is looking pretty similar. This is Yu Ming. Here, I only have like 10% to get 50 rage, but Yu Ming is, he don't need to rage skill, so I'm going to actually put him aside from this. But for example, Lilia, you get 10% 50 rage, and that's all at the end of the day. So my Thunderlyn, I look to fire up before all of the rest of my mages, so she can apply this lightning, also inflict numbness upon the target, reducing march speed and increasing damage taken by 15% for 2 seconds. It's actually hitting like 3 times if I remember right, so it's like 6 seconds, this 15% increasing damage taken over the target, which is absolutely wild. But Thunderlyn is going to execute this spell before rest of my heroes, which is going to benefit all of my legions. And as you can see, this is Bertrand, very nice performance. Lilia, nice performance. Yu Ming, amazing performance. I get catched here from Cavalry with my Musiank and Velen. Again, we're fighting over the enemy territory. We're trying to take out some towers. All these things actually cost not so good trades. Let's say it like this. Just the trades are not so good right there. So yeah, guys, this will be for this video. I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Share your opinion with me. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video.